Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. We will proceed to the presentation of plaque of Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. We will proceed to the presentation of plaque of appreciation to Mrs. Francia Samson and MOA signing between the PNP and the IBank Foundation of the Philippines Incorporated, coinciding with the flag raising ceremony here at the National Headquarters, Philippine National Police. And this ceremony is broadcast live by the official Facebook page of the Philippine National Police. The ceremony begins. Magsitayo po tayong lahat para sa pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Tanghal. Ha!
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Mga pinuno, bukay kamay. Na! Mga pinuno, baba kamay. Na! Baba! Ha!
We would like to request Brigadier General Jason Ortizo, Director of the PMP Chaplain Service, to deliver the invocation.
In the silence of our hearts, let us recognize the holy presence of our Lord. Let us pray. Almighty God, life is beautiful. So we raise to you our highest praise and lift to you our gratitude. Thank you, Lord, for the unwavering love and understanding from our families and loved ones that make us contribute heroic accomplishments to the organization. Humbly we commend ourselves to your divine providence, most of all for our beloved officer in charge of the Philippine National Police, Lieutenant General Rodel O. Sermonia. Grant, dear God, that we would perform our duties and responsibilities each day, driven by the desire to improve the overall performance of our mandate to serve and protect. Bestow, dear Lord, your special blessings upon our guest of honor and speaker, Dr. Maria Dominga Cecilia B. Padilla. May you encompass her with your ever-saving grace as we further pray that the various activities of our malasakit, kaayusan, kapayapaan tungo sa kaunlaran program would continue to bring positive impact to your people. All this we pray in your most holy name. Amen.
Amen. The panunumpa ng katapatan sa watawat ng Pilipinas and Police Officers Pledge will be led by Brigadier General Dominic Bedia, Deputy Director, Civil Security Group.
Maaari pong pakitaas ang ating kanang kamay.
Taas kanang kamay. Na! Mga pinuno, taas kanang kamay. Na!
Sabay-sabay po nating bigkasin ang panunumpa ng katapatan sa watawat ng Pilipinas. Ako ay Pilipino, buong katapatang nanunumpa sa watawat ng Pilipinas at sa bansang kanyang sinasagisag na may dangal, katarungan at kalayaan na pinakikilos ng sambayanang makadiyos, makatao, makakalikasan at makabansa.
Mga pinuno, baba kanang kamay. Na! Baba! Na!
In unison, let us recite the Police Officers Pledge. I will love and serve God, my country and people. I will uphold the Constitution and obey legal orders of the duly constituted authorities. I will oblige myself to maintain a high standard of morality and professionalism. I will respect the customs and traditions of the police service, and I will live a decent and virtuous life to serve as an example to others.
Thank you very much, sir, and please be seated. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let us hear the welcome remarks. The officer in charge of the Philippine National Police, Lieutenant General Rodel Sermonia.
A blessed morning to everyone. Let me greet our guest of honor and speaker for today's activity, Dr. Maria Dominga B. Padilla, the founding president of the I-Bank Foundation of the Philippines, Incorporated. Ma'am, good morning. We also have with us, of course, the members of the command group, the Deputy Chief PNP for Operations, brand new Lieutenant General Benjamin D. Santos Jr. Bok, congratulations again. Of course, our infatigable Acting Chief Directorial Staff, Major General Arthur Bisnar, Attorney Alfigar Triambulo, the Inspector General of the Internal Affairs Service, Dr. Reynaldo Santos, the President of the I-Bank Foundation of the Philippines, Incorporated, Mr. Leonardo del Carmen, the Director for Certification of Certification International, Philippines, Incorporated, Mrs. Francia O. Samson, the mother of the late Lieutenant Rinaldo Samson, magandang umaga po ma'am, members of the directorial staff, the directors of the national support units, other senior officers, police commissioned officers, police non-commissioned officers, and non-uniformed personnel, friends from the media, and others who are joining us virtually via Facebook Live, especially the personnel of the police regional offices nationwide. Muli, magandang umaga po. This morning, we are again about to witness the wonders of collaborative partnership established by the Philippine National Police with our stakeholders in the community. On behalf of our Chief PNP, General Rodolfo Santos Azurin Jr., and the Secretary of the Interior and Local Government, Secretary Benjamin Abalos Jr., and the officers, the gallant men and women of the Philippine National Police, it is with great honor and pride that I warmly welcome our guest of honor speaker this morning, Dr. Maria Dominga Cecilia B. Padilla, the founding president of the I-Bank Foundation of the Philippines Incorporated. The signing of Memorandum of Agreement between the I-Bank Foundation of the Philippines Incorporated and the PNP through the PNP Forensic Group Medico Legal Division manifests the strong connection and alliance towards linkages and commitment to assist in the implementation of Republic Law 7885, known as the Law to Promote Corneal Transplantation in the Philippines. As a strong advocate of proactive police-community relations, I have been telling our commanders the importance of finding the advocacy of compassion and empathy, or malasakit, to achieve harmonious relationship with the public, which even our dear President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. stressed as a necessity in gaining public and support to the police organization. This is the beauty of public service. As we often say, life is beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, what we are manifesting this morning via this accord, I-Bank Foundation of the Philippines Incorporated, that the PNP assure is the realization of the MKK equals K platform of our Chief PNP, General Rodolfo S. Azurin Jr. Our expression of empathy to alleviate the formidable problem of corneal blindness in the Philippines. We want the public to view the police not just as a law enforcement agency of the government, but more so as partner of the Marcos administration in pursuit of good governance. Umaasa ang buong pamunuan ng pambansang pulisya na sa pamamagitan ng kasunduang ito ay mas marami pa tayong mga kababayan na matutulungan at mabibigyan ng pagkakataon na makakita, mabigyan ng liwanag ang kanilang mga mata upang makapamuhay ng normal para sa kanilang pamilya at mahal sa buhay. Dahil sa pagtutulungang ito, ating ipinakikita na ang Philippine National Police ay kaagapay ng taong bayan upang makamit ang minimithi nating kaunlaran para sa lahat ng sektor ng ating lipunan. Sa makatuwid sa mga ganitong uri ng programa, natutugunan natin ang mithiin ng ating Chief PNP na maiparamdam ang ating malasakit at makatuturang pamamahala tungo sa ganap na kaunlaran. Likewise, the PNP Forensic Group will also receive the ISO 9001 Certificate of Registration for the expanded scope of its quality management system that includes its 6 forensic units, namely Regional Forensic Unit 3, Pampanga, Regional Unit 7, Cebu Regional Forensic Unit 11, Davao, Regional Forensic Cordillera, Benguet, Northern Police District Forensic Unit, Caloocan City, and Quezon City Police District, Quezon City. Let this breakthrough mark as a challenge to the men and women of the PNP Forensic Group to extend its full commitment in ensuring the sustainability of all PNP programs and the future projects, especially in the field of scientific investigation. Similarly, on this notable occasion this morning, we will give tribute to Mrs. Francia O. Samson, the loving mother of Police Lieutenant Reynaldo O. Samson, our valiant officer, a fallen hero who offered the ultimate sacrifice for our country by giving his life courageously while performing his duty. The plaque of appreciation that we will be awarding is in recognition of her selfless love and admirable guidance as a mother, which became instrumental to Police Lieutenant Samson's lasting contribution to the Philippine National Police and to the Filipino people. Alam natin na walang kahit anumang pagkilala at parangal ang katumbas upang maibsan ang pangungulila ng isang ina sa kanyang anak. Ang parangal na aming handog ngayong araw ay tanda ng aming pagkilala sa kabayanihan ng isang magulang, isang ina na kailanman ay pagmamalaki ang katikalaan ng kanyang anak at ang buhay na inalay sa ngalan ng tapat na paglilingkod sa bayan. Maraming salamat po, Ma'am Francia. Palakpakan po natin si Ma'am. Your Philippine National Police remains steadfast in this continuing battle against COVID-19. And as pandemic resilient police force, we will continue to pursue our mission in serving and protecting our country and people with utmost pride, respect, and integrity. Life is beautiful. Kaligtasan nyo, sagot ko, tulong-tulong po tayo. Again, I welcome all in today's flag raising ceremony, MOA signing with the IBANG Foundation of the Philippines Incorporated, the awarding of certificate of appreciation, and the PNP Forensic Group ISO certification. Mabuhay po tayong lahat. May God bless us all at maraming salamat po. Welcome.
Thank you very much, sir. Please be seated. We will proceed to the presentation of plaque of appreciation to Mrs. Francia Samson. We would like to request Mrs. Samson to rise and move forward for the presentation of award.
To present the plaque is Dr. Maria Dominga Cecilia Padilla, founding president, IBANG Foundation of the Philippines Incorporated, and to assist her, may we respectfully request the officer in charge, Philippine National Police, Lieutenant General Del Sermonia, the PNP Command Group, IGES, and the Director, DPRM. in grateful appreciation of her selfless love and admirable guidance, which molded the character of her son, Lieutenant Reynaldo Samson, whose conspicuous courage, utmost dedication to duty, led to his heroic sacrifice. Her nurturing support, patience, and understanding made possible her son's lasting contribution to the PNP and to the Filipino people. This plaque is presented to Mrs. Francia Samson. Signed, General Rodolfo S. Azurin Jr., Chief, Philippine National Police.
Thank you very much. Please be seated.
Thank you very much, and please be seated.
The PNP Forensic Group is an indispensable operational support unit that plays a critical role in the PNP's mandate to investigate and solve crimes. The core and support processes of the NHQ Forensic Group has been assessed to be compliant with the requirements of the ISO 9001 standard for the scope.
The certificate of registration was granted after the quality management system of the National Headquarters Forensic Group and 6 forensic units were assessed to be conforming to the ISO 9001-2015 standard, thereby making a total of 7 forensic sites, namely Forensic Group National Headquarters PNP, Crame, Quezon City, Regional Forensic Unit 3, San Fernando, Pampanga, Regional Forensic Unit 7, Cebu, Regional Forensic Unit 11, Davao, Regional Forensic Unit Cordillera, Benguet, Northern Police District Forensic Unit, Caloocan City, and Quezon City Police District Forensic Unit. And to receive the award is Brigadier General Constancio Tinayog Jr., Director of PNP Forensic Group. To present the award, may we request Dr. Maria Dominga Cecilia Padilla. Assisting her is Mr. Leonardo del Carmen, Director for Certification International Philippines Incorporated, and may we request the Officer in Charge PNP, Lieutenant General Rodel Sermonia, PNP Command Group IGES, and Director DPRM. Thank you very much, and please be seated.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, everyone is invited to watch the backgrounder of the iBank Foundation of the Philippines Incorporated in an audio-visual presentation.
It has been said that the eyes are the windows to the soul, but the eyes are also the windows to the world. Normal eyes are the key to help all of us see the world. The iBank Foundation of the Philippines was born out of the desperate need for transplantable corneal tissue to help the blind. And hope came after the iBank started its successful run from October 16, 1995 onwards. People from all over the country who needed corneal transplants could be assured that somehow corneal tissue would be made available. It did not matter their socio-economic level. They would receive their tissue. On the technical side of things, corneal retrieval is performed within the first 12 hours of death and should be done before embalming is performed. It is usually done at the hospital room, at the mortuary or funeral home, and does not delay the preparations as it takes only around 30 to 40 minutes to perform. An operating room is not necessary. Most important to note that it is not disfiguring. Only the cornea and a small portion of the sclera needs to be removed, and whatever is removed is replaced with an eye cap. The corneas are then preserved in special solutions whereupon they can be kept for up to 2 weeks. Blood is drawn from the dissident donor. The corneas and the blood are then brought to the eye bank for evaluation. Serological tests are done for safety to ensure that the donor does not have any disease that can be passed on to the recipient. While the corneas are evaluated as to quality and suitability for various types of corneal transplants, the eye bank then distributes the corneas to the waiting patients through their surgeons. In recognition and appreciation for the help the PNP continues to give the eye bank and the nation, all corneal processing fees are waived and surgery is given without any copay for the men and women of the PNP. The nature of the work of our police puts them at risk of developing corneal disease. Science is evolving very fast, and soon we may have a substitute for the human cornea that can function as well as the natural cornea. But until that day comes, we will still need to depend on the generosity of heart of those who choose to sign donor cards or donate the corneas of their loved ones at the time of passing. And as long as we need to depend on human corneal tissue, we will need to rely on our longtime partners, the forensics team of the PNP. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. Together, may we continue to help our less privileged fellow men and women. And may God bless us all. Mabuhay kayo.
Thank you very much, and we will now proceed to the signing of the Memorandum of Agreement between the PNP and iBank Foundation of the Philippines Incorporated.
To proceed to the ceremonial table for the signing of the MOA, may we request the officer in charge PNP, Lieutenant General Rodel Cermonia, and Brigadier General Constancio Chinaig Jr., directing PNP Forensic Group. And for the iBank Foundation of the Philippines, we would like to request Dr. Reynaldo Santos, President and Chairman of the Board, iBank Foundation of the Philippines Incorporated, and Dr. Maria Dominga Cecilia Padilla.
And may we request the PNP Command Group and the iBank Foundation officials to join at the back of our signatories to witness the MOA signing. May I request our DCO, our TCDS, and IGE, yes sir, and other officials of the iBank Foundation of the Philippines to proceed at the back of our signatories to witness the MOA signing, followed by photo opportunity.
The iBank Foundation of the Philippines Incorporated is a nonprofit humanitarian organization that has had the privilege of partnering with the PNP Forensic Group Medical Legal Division since 1999 in their work of bringing sight to the blind. This partnership was established to assist in the implementation of Republic Law 7885, known as the Law to Promote Corneal Transplantation in the Philippines, and has been formalized through a memorandum of agreement entered into between the iBank Foundation Philippines Incorporated and PNP, first in 1999, followed by its renewal in 2005, 2013, and 2018. The MOA provided for the process by which the PNP and iBank Foundation Philippines Incorporated can work together to implement the said law, which was formulated to address the formidable problem of corneal blindness in the Philippines. To date, the iBank Foundation Philippines Incorporated has been able to process over thousands of corneal tissue for vision restoration transplantation, and 90% of which were from medical legal decedent donors from the Philippine National Police. These statistics demonstrate the crucial role that the PNP Medical Legal Division has played in the alleviation of blindness in our country. This partnership has brought vision to the blind through the years, hence this MOA is renewed. Thank you very much, sirs and ma'am. Again, congratulations to the iBank Foundation Incorporated and the Philippine National Police.
And may we request our distinguished guests and senior officers to go back to their respective seats.
And now to introduce our guest of honor and speaker. May we request Brigadier General Constancia Chinayag Jr., Director, PNP Forensic Group.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Our guest of honor and speaker has been practicing medicine for more than 30 years. She has also been a health advocate and technical advisor of the Philippine Organ Donation and Transplantation Program of the Department of Health, congressmen and senators for the last 27 years. Among her most notable contributions to the field of medicine, both here and abroad, and for which she has garnered multiple awards, is the inception, founding, and successful running of the iBank Foundation of the Philippines, a nonprofit, humanitarian, non-government organization dedicated to the alleviation of corneal blindness that has made corneal transplants accessible to thousands of blind Filipinos from all walks of life, from Luzon to Mindanao since 1995. Up to the time she decided to run for the Senate in October 2021, she served as the president of the iBank Foundation, a clinical associate professor at the UP College of Medicine, Philippine General Hospital, rendering her services without compensation, and president of the Association of iBanks in Asia. All this was aside from her active practice as an eye surgeon in St. Luke's Medical Center, Global City, where she was the head of the Committee on Ethics and Discipline, the head of the Ocular Tissue Transplant Service, and a member of the President's Advisory Board. She was also a president of the Philippine Academy of Ophthalmology and became a consultant to the Secretary of Health on PhilHealth matters of the Department of Health. Aside from her impressive academic qualities and background, our distinguished guest underwent various trainings, both local and abroad, in order to broaden her experiences and further enhance her career. She has also presented papers and lectures throughout the country and internationally. Our guest of honor speaker was also among those who actively lobbied for the passage of the Universal Health Care, or UHC, Act of 2019. As a spokesperson of the UHC study group of the UP Manila during the last 3 years, leading to the actual passage of the UHC Act. She served as head executive staff of PhilHealth from March 31, 2015 to June 30, 2016. During this short period, she was able to help effect reforms to improve efficiency of Philippine Health Insurance Corporation, as well as to better protect the welfare of patients and the corporation. Despite all that she had already done, she felt a strong calling to do more for her country. This call was especially strengthened by the pandemic, where she also actively helped out in the country's COVID response as a medical lead for Project ARK or ARC, a private sector initiative particularly in the area of making COVID testing accessible and affordable, and for which she received an award from the government of Makati. The exemplary Makatizen Makahero Award. Other awards and recognitions she has received are the Jose Rizal Memorial Lecture Award, the Asia Cornea Foundation Lecture Award, Outstanding Physician Award, Hero for Health Award, Outstanding Service in the Prevention of Blindness Award, Grand Anvil Award, and Women of Distinction Award, just to name a few. Still, she knew she could do more service to the country and our people. Hence, she filed her certificate of candidacy for the Senate on October 6, 2021. Her platform was made up of 12 parts, half of which were health-related. This included the proper implementation of the Universal Health Care Act of 2019 after some important amendments, the overhaul of PhilHealth by addressing the systemic problems, looking after the welfare of healthcare workers, mental health of our youth, institutionalizing tissue and organ donation, and fixing the supply chain management problem for medicines. Truly, she is an exemplary Filipino that embodies the essence of service and patriotism. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor and privilege to introduce to you an exemplary servant and advocate of health, Dr. Maria Dominga Cecilia B. Padilla. Ma'am.
Please be seated. Troop Commander, please give the troop Tikas Pahinga.
Tikas. Pahinga!
Thank you.
Tikas. Pahinga.
Thank you. First of all, thank you for that generous introduction to our forensics head. I didn't expect that introduction. Police General Rodolfo S. Azurin Jr., Philippine National Police, represented by Police Lieutenant General Rodel Sermonia, Officer in Charge, Philippine National Police. Sir, good morning. Police Lieutenant General Benjamin D. Santos Jr., Deputy Chief, PNP for Operations. Police Major General Arthur V. Bisnar, the Acting Chief of Directorial Staff. Good morning. Police Brigadier General Constancio Chinayog Jr., Acting Director of Forensics Group, and who introduced me so generously. Attorney Alfegar M. Triambulo, the Inspector General of the Internal Affairs Service. Good morning. Dr. Reynaldo E. Santos, President, iBank Foundation of the Philippines. Hi, Ray. Mr. Leonardo Del Carmen, Director for Certification, Certification International Philippines, Incorporated. Mrs. Francia O. Samson, mother of the late Police Lieutenant Reynaldo O. Samson. Ma'am. Other members of the directorial staff, directors of the National Support Units, other senior officers, police commissioned officers, police non-commissioned officers, and non-uniformed personnel, the men and women of the PNP, friends from media, and others who are joining us virtually via Facebook Live, especially the personnel of the police regional offices nationwide. Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Good morning to all. Morning. Last October 9, we witnessed a feat of marksmanship in one of your officers, Colonel Mark Pespes. He shot the hostage taker of Senator De Lima and did so with admirable accuracy. Madaming humanga sa galing ni Colonel Pespes. If not for his quick thinking and sharp shooting, the outcome may have been very different. At baka si Senator De Lima pa ang nadisgrasya. Malaking disgrasya yon sa ating lahat.
Hindi magagawang maging sharpshooter ni Colonel Pespes kung malabo ang kanyang mga mata. Di ba? Madalas, binabaliwala natin ang ating malilinaw na paningin at nare-realize lang natin kung gaano kahalaga ang biyayang ito kapag nawala na sa atin dahil sa aksidente, impeksyon, sakit at iba pa. Sa isang kisap mata, kahit sino dito sa atin, pwedeng mabulag. Nakita ninyo sa AVP na ang misyon ng iBank Foundation ay magbigay na pag-asa sa mga taong bulag na nangangailangan ng corneal transplant. Ang cornea ay napakaliit na bahagi ng mata, pinakaharap na mata. Parang kuko o contact lens lamang. Pero halos himala na ang naibibigay nito sa taong bulag, pati na rin sa kanyang pamilya. Alam mo, maganda na sana ang takbo ng iBank bago magpandemya. Dumadami na ang mga cornea donors at mas maraming natutulungan bumalik sa normal ang buhay. Tapos dumating ang COVID-19 pandemic. Ang daming nadisgrasya at naghirap. Maraming namatay at naulila. Isa sa mga labis na naapektuhan ng COVID-19 ay ang mga iBank sa buong mundo. Di lang dito sa Pilipinas, buong mundo. Nabawasan ng malaking porsyento ang mga pwedeng mag-donate ng kanilang mga cornea dahil ang karamihang namamatay ay dahil sa COVID. At sa ngayon ay hindi pa pwedeng maging donor ang mga may COVID. Habang nabawasan ang mga potential donor, walang tigil naman ang pagdami ng mga taong nabubulag, mga taong kailangan ng corneal transplant. Sa ngayon, daan-daan ang nakalista sa waiting list ng iBank, mga naghihintay na biyayaan ng corneal tissue para makakita muli. Kaya naman, malaking pasasalamat namin sa PNP sa pag-renew ng aming MOA. Please, let's give us all of you a big hand. Malaking pasasalamat ho namin sa inyo. Matagal na ho namin kayong partner. Nakita nyo sa mga litrato. Bata pa ako noon. Kasama ko pa si General Aglipay. Si General Batak, di ba? Lastimosa, noon tayo nag-sign ng unang MOA. Paulit-ulit itong MOA natin. At hindi po exaggeration kung sabihin ko na kung hindi dahil sa partnership na ito, libo-libong mga Pilipino ay mananatiling bulag pa rin hanggang ngayon. Bilang mga pulis, ano pang pwede niyong gawin para tulungan ng iBank? Simple lang po, maging aware kayo sa mga donor card na dala-dala ng ating mga kababayan. Maraming klaseng valid donor card, iBank donor card, NKTI, kasama na rin dito ang driver's license, kung saan nakasaad sa likod kung ang tao ay gustong mag-donate ng organ o tissue tulad ng cornea. Alamin kung ano ang dapat niyong gawin kung may mga encounter kayong ganito sa mga aksidente, sa mga scenes of the crimes, no? Para sa ganoon ay matupad ang kagustuhan nila na makatulong pa sa kapwa kahit pumanaw na sila. Pwede rin tayong lahat, pag-isipan na rin natin lahat na maging donor ourselves. Okay? We can all be corneal donors, we can all be heroes in other people's eyes para kahit wala na ho tayo dito, may makikinabang pa sa atin. Ito lang po mga ilang paraan para makatulong. Mga frontliner ho tayong lahat. Kami, mga doktor, ilan sa amin mga nurse, medtech, kayo ho mga pulis. Frontliner ho tayong lahat. At bagamat iba ang ating mga sinumpaang tungkulin, pwede tayo magsanib puwersa para magbigay pag-asa sa mga taong desperadong naghihintay ng corneal transplant para makakita muli. Ipagpatuloy po natin ang tapat na pagtupad sa ating sinumpang tungkulin. At gawin ho natin ito, ang mga ito, na may dalang pagmamahal, pagkalinga at malasakit sa kapwa. Magugulat po tayo sa lawak ng kabutihang magagawa ho nito. We can all achieve so much more than we planned if we do everything with love. Maraming salamat po. Mabuhay kayong lahat. And may God bless us all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Alupad man.
Please
Da!
be seated. We will now proceed to the presentation of plaque of appreciation and token to our guest of honor and speaker, Dr. Maria Dominga Cecilia Padilla, founding president, iBank Foundation of the Philippines Incorporated. And to present the plaque and memento is Lieutenant General Rodel Sermonia, the officer in charge, Philippine National Police, and he will be assisted by the PNP Command Group, IGES, and Director of the PNP Forensic Group. Citation reads for being the guest of honor speaker during the Monday flag ceremony at the National Headquarters, Philippine National Police. Her distinguished presence and words of wisdom provided inspiration and motivation to the men and women of the Philippine National Police. Plaque of appreciation is presented to Dr. Maria Dominga Cecilia Padilla, founding president, iBank Foundation of the Philippines Incorporated. A memento is also presented to our guest of honor and speaker. As well as a photo souvenir is also presented. And in return, the iBank Foundation of the Philippines Incorporated would also like to present a memento to the director of the PNP Forensic Group, Brigadier General Constancio Tinayag Jr., sir. And to General Rodolfo S. Azurin Jr., Chief PNP, to be received by the officer in charge, Philippine National Police, Lieutenant General Rodel Sermonia. Thank you very much.
Marami pong salamat. Magsitayo po tayong lahat at atin pong awitin ang PNP Lingkod ng Bayan. Please be seated. We would like to request our guest of honor, Dr. Maria Dominga Cecilia Padilla, to proceed in front to acknowledge the troops during the pass and review, and will be assisted by Brigadier General Dominic Bedia, Deputy Director, Civil Security Group. Ladies and gentlemen, the past in review.
Mga pinuno, sumalikod ko. Cut! Pasa... Proceed! Harap sa kanan. Harap! Pasulong. Cut!
The participating units in today's parade are the Police Security and Protection Group,
Headquarters Support Service,
Logistics Support Service,
Criminal Investigation and Detection Group,
PNP Anti-Kidnapping Group,
Health Service,
PNP Recruitment and Selection Service,
Civil Security Group,
Forensic Group,
Center for Police Strategy Management,
Engineering Service,
Finance Service,
Information Technology Management Service,
Communication and Electronics Service,
Training Service,
Integrity Monitoring and Enforcement Group,
Legal Service,
Highway Patrol Group,
Headquarters Support Service,
PNP EOD K9 Group,
and CIDG.
Approaching, ladies and gentlemen, is our Chief Commander and staff, led by Colonel Romel Magleo of EOD K9 Group, Lieutenant Colonel Julius Balano of CSG, Lieutenant Colonel Danny Pilayan of ACG, Lieutenant Colonel Dexter Castor of EOD K9, and Lieutenant Colonel Manuel Bayana Jr. of the Highway Patrol Group.
Kanan. Ha!
Our PNP band, led by Executive Master Sergeant Montano Manyabo of the Headquarters Support Service.
To!
Alpha Company Commander and staff, led by Major Joled Guevara of CSG, Major Winnie Lampuyas of DIDM-WCPC, and Major Ismael Gandarosa of IAS. First Platoon Leader, Lieutenant Suzanne Monica Mendoza of Maritime Group. Second Platoon Leader, Lieutenant Danilo Balisa of PSPG. Ladies and gentlemen, please all rise for the colors.
Mga pinuno, pampasang watawat. Bukay kamay.
Thank you, and please be seated. Bravo Company Commander and staff, led by Major Mark Gerald Norbe of ACG, Major Romel Garcia of CSG, and Captain Jim Gamboa of DL. First Platoon Leader, Lieutenant Giovanni Brila of PNP DEG, and Second Platoon Leader, Lieutenant Raymond Christopher Sobrevilla of ITMS.
Mga pinuno, pasulong. Cut! Ko, liwa. Ha! Ko, sa kaliwa. Ha! Pinuno. To! Pinuno, tapos na po ang pagpupugay sa watawat. Harap sa kanan. Harap. Pasulong, liko sa kaliwa. Kad.
It is 69 days before Christmas. And to our distinguished guests, thank you very much for joining us. And always remember, life is beautiful. Kaligtasan nyo, sagot ko, tulong-tulong tayo. Good morning to everyone.